Okay, we're live.
Okay, there we go. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Tuesday, May 5th, 2026, a little bit after 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Happy Cinco de Mayo Day for everybody out there. Uh, I don't know about you, Crazy Bee, but I talked to you earlier and said, oh, I'm going to lay down for a while, take a nap while the baby. I've had him now. He was at home all last week. So it was a joy to have him back today. We had a lot of fun. My living room's a mess. Uh, and he went on for a nap, and then you and I were on the phone for quite some time. And I said, "Oh, I'm going to lay down for a little bit." That didn't happen. And the next thing you know, my daughter-in-law's in the house, and she's like, "D," and I'm like, and I woke up instantly because I have bells and shit on the door that are like alerts, and we go in, he's in there. So it just was a interesting being woke up, when you're sound asleep
Hmm.
almost. It was just a weird like feeling today, having him back and getting back into the groove of things. He was a lot of fun today. It was like being gone and having that separation. It was like somebody new again. Just
Yeah.
the differences, just the difference a week made.
Uh-huh.
Now he did fall. I did not. Was playing with toys on the little coffee table that we have, and so he's not walking yet. So he was standing, and he had something in both hands, and he slipped, and he went to put it down, and he slipped, and he hit his head on the table. He fell down to the floor and fell over and banged his head off the floor. And I was like, "Oh my god." He had marks on both sides of his head. I was like, "They're gonna get me for child abuse for sure this time," you know?
Yeah, but I don't
But,
think it's gonna be long term.
no, he got up from his nap and there's no mark or anything on him, but,
Oh, that's good to hear.
just in that yeah, and just in that week's time, I have to move up in a size diaper. That's how much he's grown
Oh,
from
wow.
yeah, in that week's time, I need to buy a larger size diaper for him. He's so
Jeez.
tall, it's
Well,
just,
yeah, you sent me that picture of him in
imagine.
the car
Mhm,
seat, and I'm like, oh
or
my God,
seat,
he's too
yeah,
big for that thing. He needs to go to a forward facing at this
mhm,
point.
mhm,
Like,
yeah,
wow. Yeah.
he's huge. I mean, he's skinny as a rail, he's
Mm-hmm.
real solid, muscular, but I'll have to measure him, height-wise. Uh, he probably is as tall as trying to think
I
where your
honestly, the last time I
aunt.
kind of saw him upright, he looks like he's almost 2 years old.
Yes, he's a yeah. We compared him when we were at his birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, that girl walked by, and I said, "Oh," I was like, I didn't know who she was, and she was holding, what I appeared to be like a 1-year-old. You know,
Yeah.
she goes, "No, he's 2 years old," and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, grandbaby number two is big. Hey, Seb's mom.
Hey,
And hey,
yeah.
Blue Rose.
Hey, Seb's mom. Hey, Blue. Yeah,
Yeah, they grow fast
he's
and like my two were tall, but they weren't like
yeah,
that tall.
yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah, EJ was tall, but he is tall. I mean, yeah,
yeah.
he could be a big boy. I'll be curious to see what happens. You know what I mean? Because puberty could stop something or whatever. But a
Well,
man is
like
huge.
you said
I
about
mean,
Jake being his bones being advanced. His bones are actually bigger
yes,
than they should be for his age. It
yes,
could be a genetic
correct,
thing going on rather than a
yes,
fluke.
right. That's true too. Because when they did his X-rays, because we were concerned about he's following the pattern of my youngest son with potential
Mhm.
diabetes and thyroid and all that. So when they did the X-rays, he's 9 years old, and he has the bones of a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
That tells you how big he is. So
Yeah, it's
you know
kind of,
now,
and again, it's not necessarily something to be afraid of, but definitely keep
right?
an eye on.
You just yeah. And then the thing is in the U.S. Well, typically we see it in the third world countries, I believe. And it's really starting to become something in the US where puberty is hitting younger and younger. At first, it was girls. They would get their menstrual cycle. Normally it was 15, 16. Then the age keeps dropping lower and lower. And I want to say it can start around 9 years old now, if I
There's
recall
been
the
kids
stats
there's
correct.
been girls as young as 5 who have started their menstrual cycles. It's not just in other countries. It's in America. It's been
Yeah,
on and off. I was 11. Um, my daughter was 12. My niece was 12. A bunch. I mean, my ex mother-in-law was like 11, 12. My mother was 11, 12. I
right.
mean, it can, and again,
Hmm.
it's not like from my understanding throughout the
Necessarily,
years,
right.
15 was
Yeah.
considered a late bloomer. Anything between 10 and
Yes.
15 was normal, but the 15 was the late bloomer
Right.
end.
Correct. Correct. And for boys, they were typically older for puberty. The girls would go first, and the boys would bloom later. But now we're seeing them, according to what the endocrine said, they're younger.
Hmm.
So
Well,
Jake is in the throes of puberty as well.
so
At 9 years old for a boy. You
when
know.
we think about it, though, over the generations, those people who started young, they were sporadic in
Hmm.
the 40s and 50s, had children who started young, and then
Right.
they had children,
Right.
increasing the population of starting young because it was genetically
Yep.
predisposition. So
Yep.
it actually makes logical sense if you follow genealogical traits that it would
Right.
increase in number. It's not like it's a
Right.
fluke. Coming from an endocrinologist, they should know that. Like again,
Yeah.
if I'm born, okay, I'm born with an extra toe on my left foot, and I go and have 3 kids. 2 of them even have are born with an extra toe on their left foot, and then they have 2 to 3 kids with however many born with extra toes. It only makes sense that it would expand.
I wait. First off, you had to pick the fucking left foot. Okay, we'll get into that story. First off,
Right
you
hand,
couldn't
left
say right
hand,
foot.
an extra
Okay,
nose on your
thank
forehead. I mean,
thank you. That I appreciate that now that you say that. But you know what's funny is we have a trait in the family that everybody's baby toe is crooked,
that's a
and
genetic predisposition
it's
type of thing.
right, and it's on my side of the family, not on Eric's, my side.
But I bet it's
And
a dominant
I
gene
gave
and
it
your
to my
kids got it.
kids. Yes, it is. And so do the grandkids. It's fucking funny as
But
hell.
that's the
Like
dominant
I
genes
always
versus
like
the recessive
hmm
genes that we all learned in
correct.
biology.
And I right, right. And I always like to attribute it to the dominant and the recessive, obviously. But I always like to think of it as okay, so we're gonna have a fight. The genes. Okay. Blue eye, blue eye, green eye, blue. You know what I mean? Like it just these genes are fighting with each other of what is the dominant gene is going to be, what the
Well,
fight is.
here's a great example. You have
Just
red
like
hair.
when you
Red hair is recessive. Both of your
mhm,
parents had to have a gene for red
right.
hair in order for you to get red hair.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
So again, I don't know why the
That goes back
endocrinologist
to
wouldn't attribute this to genetics versus, oh, spontaneously around the world. No, not necessarily
yeah, well,
spontaneously.
no, I don't mean it that way. I mean that in other countries they were they were younger, meaning they got married younger. Uh that's a whole nother topic. We won't delve into all that. We got
Okay. Well,
we
because
got
it's
other
just you
stuff
said
to
that
talk
puberty
about.
was becoming more common at a younger age in America,
Correct.
and
At a
yeah, in
younger
other
age.
countries
Correct.
we also have to go on the we don't have necessarily perfect data in other countries that may not follow. So
True.
there's a few things to it, and yeah, we're probably seeing an uptick in it. But like I said, I think it might pertain to just
Well,
people who started
they
younger
will
had
they
kids who followed
no
suit.
they were and they also and now this is factual, which I will have to go pull data on, but when my younger son was having issues, the foods that we eat and
Hmm.
consume contain chemicals, estrogen in particular, that affect men
Hmm.
and pump more, pull their estrogen, that all men have a certain
Well,
amount of
shouldn't that
estrogen
delay
in their body.
puberty even longer if they're getting hit with
I,
estrogen instead of them coming to
uh,
it earlier?
we'll talk about that
Yeah,
off
because I'm trying to
thing
understand. Like,
and we'll get some, yeah,
that
we'll
seems
talk
like
about that
conflicting
off and then
science
we'll
almost
bring,
with the reports
yeah,
that we get.
right. We'll talk about that uh, off this session and you and I can talk about it and we'll bring forth some studies
Hmm.
that support or dis.
Well, you're going to find both
Why
ways. You're
can't I
always going to
today?
find studies like that.
Yeah,
It's so funny.
exactly. So
No
we'll
one can
bring
make up
some
their minds.
information, and that's the thing is exactly. And I've always said that you go ahead and bring X, and I'm going to bring Y. So
And
uh,
then you'll find that there's
we'll
actually
bring
a
some
Z from somebody else that
Z.
decided that everybody else
Exactly.
is
Yeah.
crazy. And
Exactly.
yes,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
it's funny.
I think there's names for that. But we'll
Yeah,
talk
it's called
about that.
funding.
Yes.
Sponsors.
Yeah.
Who pays the
And
bills?
we'll
Okay, we got to give them the answer they want.
uh-huh. Yeah. Pharmaceutical. Here we go.
Hmm.
Okay. So what else? So I have a I was going to post this up on Discord on Friday, but I decided I would save it for today. So we finally went to downtown to take care of some business. So EJ took me. And the first mistake I made was just taking my walker and walking 4 blocks to the building that we had to go to. And I will tell you that if I wouldn't have had him with me, I probably would have been accosted or got into some type of trouble. The smell of the combination of cigarette smoke, marijuana, alcohol, and some other strange freaking odor. You felt
It's
like you
probably a
walked,
decaying body somewhere within the few blocks.
maybe. It felt like you opened a door and you went into this space and you couldn't escape and get any fresh air. Okay. So we had to go to the county. Those MFers there. Now that I think I'm not ready yet to make that claim, so I'll have to save that.
Uh huh.
It was all for naught. So we left, and we may have to go back.
Sounds about
So
typical
yeah,
bureaucracy.
so we're in a parking garage. We get in the car, do whatever. We come home. I go to get out of the car, and I put put my leg down. Go ahead, keep laughing. Go ahead. I'm glad you still were amused by the
I
story.
remember.
I put my right foot yeah, I put my right foot out of the car, and I have to pick up my left leg to get it out of the car. And I look down, and I'm like, "Huh, my shoe's not on my foot." And I start looking around the car floor. I don't have no shoe. I'm like, "What the fuck happened? Where's my shoe?" EJ goes, "What?" I said, "I don't have my shoe. It's on my foot. Where is it?" He goes, "It's in the car." I'm like, "It's not in the car." He goes, "Oh, fuck." I said, "What?" He goes, "When we pulled out of the parking spot, I saw a shoe there." And I'm like, "What? And you didn't say anything?" because I have no feeling in my feet. And I
Uh-huh.
lost my shoe when I picked up my leg to get into the car. It must have went under the car and he backed up. He saw my shoe, but he
Didn't
didn't say
recognize it,
anything.
or didn't recognize it as yours.
But I mean, like, I don't know. If you
As a
just put
mom,
me
you're
in the
gonna know your
car,
kids' shoes, no matter how old they are.
this is
But
true,
as a
right?
child,
Right.
are you gonna recognize your mother's shoes?
So we we had a doctor's appointment, Eric and I, yesterday, and you can be damn sure that I made sure I had my fucking shoes on my feet. I was like, I kept looking down. Is my shoe there? Is my shoe there? I'm like, okay, so these shoes, I have really expensive shoes. These shoes cost me $9.99 at Walmart. They were the most comfortable pair of shoes I've had on my feet, and I can't tell you how long. I want the shoe back, okay? I was crying all weekend from Friday till, I don't know, Sunday. I want my shoe. So, the good news is because they were $9.99, I bought 2 other pair of the same shoe. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep that right shoe in the car. So in the event I lose one of the shoes again, I will have a shoe to wear. Now
Your
it
luck, it'll
is
be the left shoe
possible.
next time.
Well, I lost the left shoe. So
Or
I
no,
have
it'll
the
be the
right
other
shoe.
shoe. Then whichever opposite shoe
Exactly.
of what you need. It'd be
Exactly.
my luck too.
Exactly. Right, but that's okay. At least I'd have shoes on and I wouldn't have to walk in a sock. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, like, oh my God. Who thought now I'd have to worry about do I have shoes on or not? Really?
Um, Anyone else who has
Really?
neuropathy on that level would absolutely
Oh my
feel you.
Lord.
That's why they say when you have neuropathy, you need to wear tight fitting tie shoes or, snug enough that they're not going to just slip off and you don't realize that type of thing.
Well, see, that's the problem is the swelling is so
Hmm
severe that,
You can't
it
have it
depends.
tight.
Yeah, it can't be tight. Because
Velcro
then I can't.
straps. You know those dock shoes with the Velcro
You know what?
straps?
I've tried them and I walk right out of them. You know what I mean? Like
Okay, do you remember
they're
back in
real.
the 80s when we would take the laces super long and we'd wrap them around our ankle and tie it at the top of the ankle?
There we go. That's my problem. I need long laces. That would
You could
work.
have it
I
loose
could wrap.
and still it's
And what
tethered to
I
your
remember.
ankle like those mitten clips.
Oh,
Or
I'm
the
dead.
lanyard for your glasses. I mean,
There you go. I'm dead. I'm dead. There we
that's what
go.
Blue Rose said. And by the way, hi JJ and hi Vanilla.
Hi, JJ. Hi, Vanilla. Oh my lord. That's true. I never thought of longer laces. Yeah, because guys do construction workers
They
do it
wrap it
all the
around the
time.
boot a couple times
Exactly.
and then tie it
Exactly.
snug. Yeah, I've done that many
There
times
we
too.
go.
But
So
I'm
now,
thinking back in the
yeah,
80s when it was
okay.
a style, kind of like the ballet slipper thing
Yeah.
with the laces laced up your leg a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
people were stupid, but you know what?
Uh,
We didn't lose our shoes.
I'm telling you. I'm like, what the hell else am I going to be losing? You know what I mean?
Your
Shit.
sanity. Blue, that's a
Uh-huh.
visual.
I'm telling you. I was like,
It's
I
like
was
those
so
stirrups
upset about that
pants.
shoe. Yeah, I was so upset about that shoe on Friday. I wanted to go back downtown into the parking lot and see if my shoe was there, and they wouldn't take me back down.
I kind of can't
Oh,
blame them.
Lord.
That's a lot of gas for a
I
$5
know.
shoe, technically, if you break the pair in
Well,
half. It's
then we'd have to pay to park in the parking garage again. So,
uh,
but if we wait, here we'll have to bet. Do we think if we go back to that same parking garage this week, do you think my shoe would still be there somewhere? Or do you
I
think they picked it up?
I bet someone picked it up and sent it to the lost and found.
Hmm.
Whether they keep it in the
I never
lost and
thought
found
of
for
it.
any period of time
Wait,
is
I could call
questionable.
I could call the parking garage and say, "You have a lost and found. by any chance, did you find a shoe on Friday?
This brand, this
Oh
size, in
my
this
lord.
parking space. Yep.
Yep. Oh Lord.
Mhm.
Okay, so that was me, and I forget what else happened to me. But there were two things that happened to you that were that
Chaos.
were uh, that were chaos. Yeah, you want to talk about that?
Oh, my ex-husband, the brilliant individual that he is, very good at fixing things with his hands, not great at strategizing for setting money aside for his driver's license. So, yeah, my Monday got reverted to, okay, we're going to get your x-ray now instead, and then we're going to take you to your GI doctor and then go from there and come back home. So, um, yeah, my day got kind of topsy turvied, but it could have been better, could have been worse.
Oh, but I'm talking about the experiment incident in
Oh,
particular.
well, yeah,
Yeah,
the new
yeah,
supplement she wants me to try is this. It helps with
yeah.
my digestive system because I have a lot of nausea for no apparent reason. I'm just nauseated all the time.
Hmm.
And so the doctor told me to get this stuff. It's called IB Guard because I have been diagnosed with irritable bowels. So, yay. So, we put me on the spearmint thing, and I made a comment about how every time I burp, I have minty taste in my mouth. Like when you take the fish supplements, it tastes fishy. And then, of course, I had to say, no
Right.
more need for mints or mouthwash. Fresh breath all the time.
Yeah.
And then you
And
said
then what
something
did
about it
that lead?
coming out the other end. And I went on to say, I'll be the first person who can say my shit don't stink
Because you smelled like spearmint.
all the time. Yep.
And then that led into the then from there you went downhill. You couldn't even talk. Everything that you said was tongue twisters. So you're trying to describe to me a story with you and your daughter, and you're like, yeah, I took her to that place, called Chunky Cheese.
Yes.
Right after this whole experiment. Yes.
I called it chunky cheese because it was because of baby JJ being at the bar with his dad. That picture and
Yes.
the joke
Yes. I
about him
sent a
drinking.
picture. Yeah.
And then I went to tell you about the time my
Yes.
daughter dumped a whole pitcher of beer down the top of herself when she was 2, and it happened at Chunky
Right.
Cheese instead of Chuck E. Cheese. Because why should I make any sense after
Yep.
a long day?
Right. Yeah. There's a picture of the baby at a bar, and
Hmm. I
there's
thought no one
a
under 21
logger sign,
admitted.
but there's a logger sign behind him, and there's a beer sitting on the table, and there's just him strapped in the car seat, and he has this look on him like he looks like he's drunk, like. And they sent the picture to me, and they go, "Yeah, baby JJ's drunk." We were cracking up. He looks so freaking like he looks like he had been drinking the beer.
Yes.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Oh God.
So now, Blue wants me to tell you about my damn pants. So
Yep.
first I tried to put them on, and they were on back. I had the one leg in. I'm trying to get the other leg in, and I'm like, shit, I got the wrong leg in, and I hardly ever wear these pants. They're those ones that you recommended, that are
Oh,
those
the legging style
uh
ones.
the leggings, yes, which I seldom wear them, right? So, and they're more like almost like a compression kind of legging.
Yeah.
So I have the wrong leg and the wrong leg, and I'm like, shit, I have to take that out. So I actually was on the phone with Blue when this was happening, and took them off, and I'm trying to get them on the right way. I stand up, and I'm trying to pull them up, and then I fall over onto the bed, and my pants still aren't up, but I fall over and onto the bed, and I'm like, son of a bitch. So I'm trying to get back up. I'm trying to pull these damn things up, and I get them up, and the whole seam, instead of running down my leg, is running sideways, like going across my body. I'm like, what the I can't even get my pants on right now. What I need to go back to the home for a month. I think I need a reset. That's what I think I need.
I
Except the
have
food
done
sucks.
that.
So
I have gone with my shirts backwards. I have had my belt on actually upside down, and I still don't know how I got the buckle to work. I've had that happen.
I'm telling you,
I've mismatched socks, all kinds of stuff. Oh, we have someone over on Twitter.
I'm telling.
Hi, Magmalus. Magmalus. That's how it's pronounced. Okay, my eyesight sucks. Sorry
Yeah,
if I
good to
mispronounced
see.
your
Yeah,
name.
good to see you. Yes, for everybody that's joining us on the new platforms, normally the first 15 minutes is us chit chatting
Today we're going
about
over a
our
bit
day,
because
our
it's too
weekend.
fun.
Yeah, yeah, and we haven't been on since Thursday, and we took yesterday off because we both had doctor's appointments. So we're
Chaos
trying to play
appointments.
catch up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah.
But no, and thank you
Uh,
for joining us. I really appreciate the new people over on the different platforms. For those who don't know, we're on
yeah,
X, Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, and after the lives, whatever one of the platforms is done processing the video, I download it and stick it up on Spotify as audio only.
right.
So
And we're on Instagram.
for social media,
Uh,
yep.
correct. We're on Blue Sky, Truth Social, and TikTok.
I'm a Russian.
And
I
we're
don't know
still
what I'm doing here. Hey, welcome to our world. We don't know either.
right, right. And we're not yet humans. We're still not human yet out on Facebook.
Yep,
Uh,
Facebook does not recognize us.
right. So if you would kindly please hit the like button, give us a follow, subscribe, respectfully give us a comment, set your notification, and most importantly, share this damn video. We also have a Discord. You'll
Hmm.
see the bot go by. Feel free to join the Discord. All types of stuff occurs over there.
Yep.
Conversations continue. We have various channels, recipes, games, music.
Oh, I was supposed
Uh,
to edit the video from cooking when my daughter made that cake that we've all been talking about. Shit.
right.
It's a 20-minute
Okay, we'll have
video. I
that
gotta
for
fix
tomorrow.
that.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. We'll. Yeah. So. So then, I know you have more, but then I planned on getting all this work accomplished over the weekend.
So did I.
Yeah, right. Uh-huh. So Sunday, I'm on the computer and all of a sudden I see a flash of it was like poof. The monitor, the laptop, and my cell phone just went poof in like a bright sunshine yellow. And I
EMP?
was like, what the I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Nukes.
And
We're in Fallout.
I don't know, I figure they're finally looking for me, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, we
Flashbang.
ultimately determined, yeah, yep, between you and I, we ultimately determined uh that they tried to hit yep, the router. That they hit the router and the router stopped it from hitting the any virus to the computer or anything, but the whole router is gone. We couldn't reset it. We couldn't do anything. The only reason that I'm even able to be on is that I am looking at a different product and we were able to put a different product on instead of using the one that happened. So we have no idea what exactly happened. Uh, but it was very bizarre and I've never experienced anything like that. I'll tell you that.
So,
It was a
I
little
had to
bit
mute myself. Buddy walked in after work.
you're good. You're good. I was still just finishing up that it was a bizarre situation we encountered, but
Oh
we got
yeah.
it all fixed and up and running, so we're good. And other than that,
Actually, I'm going to answer a question instead of typing this all out on Twitch to Megmalis. Since they're Russian,
Okay.
they were saying that they'd probably be asking questions about our opinions of like Putin and Russia in general. More like my son's opinion is his own. He's much older than he's not a little kid, so um we generally are neutral. We will criticize where criticism is needed. We will compliment and support where it's needed. And I don't know what's been going on out of Russia lately. I know we covered it pretty big last year. We did a whole deep dive into Putin,
Right.
didn't we? Um
Yes, we
so
did.
it's there hasn't really been a lot of news that we've gotten out of there lately. But if you
No.
know of anything, you don't like Putin at all, um, and that's one thing that everyone's entitled to. But if he does something
Right.
right, like cures cancer, I am not going to hold it against him. I'll question the science behind
Right.
it, but I'm not going to hold it against him. Like, hey, good for him. So,
Right.
oh, hold on
We
a sec.
tried. We try to. Yeah. We try to provide information on both sides and try to remain neutral, although we both have our own opinions. But when we conduct our research, we're just not looking at one news article or one video. We try to at least get three sources on the information that we present, whether it's positive or negative. And when we do have something that say that's negative, there, as we mentioned earlier, there's always a opposite reaction, and you're going to get a positive. If we have something positive to say, we always have people in the comments, or we'll have people, we'll find information that's negative or contrary to what we present.
Hmm.
So we try to remain in that middle center lane, but we both will veer off. We both have our own, we don't agree on everything there. So,
And sometimes our conversations that kind of veer off on whether we agree or not turn into personal history that turns into another situation, and then we're completely off the rails, which can be funny at
yes,
times.
yeah, right.
So,
So, with that being said, we have a lot to cover
hmm,
because we never did get to finish up with last week. So,
yeah, there was a lot.
we have some info. Yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, the news cycle is just absolutely crazy. There's no way to keep up with it. So, we're still covering the White House Correspondents' Center. But before we do that, and I don't even know if we'll get to it based on some of this stuff that we have going on, but let's get started, Crazy B, with
Yes.
this bullshit that's fucking up. It pisses me off, man.
Yeah. I
Go
was
ahead.
shocked when you sent this video and I have over, and I was editing trying to get the subtitles and stuff right. And oh, man, what judge does this crap?
Uh huh. I know.
Oh,
Go ahead.
so all right, let's hit play.
Correspondent Kayla Gaskins in Washington. On Monday, a federal judge apologized to the man accused of attempting to assassinate President Trump at this year's White House Correspondents' Dinner. The federal judge overseeing Cole Allen's case in Washington, D.C., apologizing to him Monday for the treatment Allen's received while behind bars.
I don't think a judge should really be apologizing for how a jail is keeping somebody who's charged with really any
Dude,
criminal case.
stop
That's up
there,
to the
Crazy
jail and how
B.
they.
Okay. First off, he didn't just try to assassinate Trump. He was going after other people, in that there were 2,500 people in that room, and he wanted Trump as well as other officials.
Some of the a
Second,
good chunk of the
as
administration, with the exception of FBI Cash Patel.
okay,
Yep.
second, when you take a look at that drawing of the depiction of the courtroom, when we show you the picture of the judge, that does not match the drawing. Whoever the artist was totally misrepresented what the judge looks like.
It's messed up.
Just saying. Yes, it is. Again, it's you got to take a look at what we're going to see, what you saw, and match the two of them up. And there's no match. And this is propaganda that's being pushed by the left, by mainstream media. It's bullcrap.
It's all well.
Go ahead.
No, sorry, I had to yell at my son to go close the door. Air conditioning's on.
Okay.
I had to mute to deal with him.
Gotcha.
Sorry, it picked up just as I was getting ready to holler. It wasn't trying to interject what you were saying.
Mm-hmm. Go
So,
ahead.
go ahead and push play.
Or unless you have a comment about it.
No, you covered it good. The guys in it's
Okay.
just bullshit. What's going on?
Yeah.
And the media is pushing
Go ahead.
everything. So yeah, just reaffirming, media's definitely at fault.
Okay. Yep.
They maintain safety and security and his mental health.
Allen faces charges for shooting a Secret Service agent in his attempt to assassinate President Trump at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Monday's emergency hearing was held due to the federal judge's grave concerns about Allen's conditions in custody, including what he described as seemingly unprompted solitary confinement.
Wait, January 6ers, including the ones who got pushed in through the crowd, who were trying to fight their way back out, and were... sorry.
Yeah. Okay. And we're going to do a little bit of a deep dive into the judge. We'll have that probably later in the week. Yeah.
But they're going to sit there and be worried about this guy when they didn't give a shit about the lady who got pushed in, part of the crowd. Yeah. She was trying to get out of the way, but got shoved through the doors anyways. Did nothing but try to find a way out, even asked the police, which way do I go to get out? Still ended up in jail. Please.
Yes. And yes. And how many of them were put into solitary confinement?
Quite a few, actually. Almost all of them.
And yes, that's correct. And he's going to argue, as we go on, he's going to argue that his treatment is worse than what the January 6ers faced.
Sure. Okay. Let's hit play and see how that's possible. That lady was refused her cancer medication. For how long before they finally got the judge to clear her to get her cancer treatment?
Yes.
Because she got pushed through. Another one who was just trying to get the hell out of the way. Okay.
Yep.
After the Department of Corrections placed Allen on suicide watch, a move the defense argued was unnecessary and too severe. The government said Allen had been placed on suicide watch because he made comments about not expecting to survive this trip to Washington.
Yeah. And again, he thought he was going to die by cop, and it didn't happen. So now,
so
what do they expect?
What's the obvious? Yeah, exactly. What, we're going to put you in the cell with a sheet?
Or no, they could just put him in with the CPAP machine like they did Epstein.
There you go.
Sorry. Oh my God. I don't think Hillary Clinton knew this guy or was upset with this guy, so I think he's good. Sorry. Just.
There you go.
I'm going to get in trouble.
I know.
But it's going to be one of those weeks. I just have zero tolerance for people who are going to twist things, manipulate things, and make it sound like, oh, both sides, or just this side, or just that. No, y'all, both political parties are jacked up to the hilt. They both treat each other and their others' constituents like garbage, and will in a heartbeat try to make anyone the bad guy except themselves. So,
correct.
Yeah.
I am going to argue, though, that the left is the one pushing.
Oh, the left is definitely doing. Push. Well,
yes. And again, we welcome Anybody that has information to the contrary to anything that we put up, send it to us. We will look at it.
Yeah.
But
No,
we have not found anybody on the right
who
from
actually
a
called for
political standpoint.
violence.
Violence, correct. We have not found it. If you see it or have it, send it to us.
Yes, if
And
you
we
have a
will
right
delve
wing
into it.
politician from America saying, go
Mm-hmm.
do this, go do that. And no, again,
Uh-huh.
we can't, I do know in other parts of the world, right wing and left wing actually might be flipped. I can't remember exactly which countries where the left wing are the sane ones and the
Yeah,
right wing are
right,
not nuts, depending on your
right,
perspective and everything.
right.
So,
So
but we're talking the
look at it from
American
the
right now.
American. Right, right.
Yes, because this is an
Yes.
American case. So,
So
yeah.
we just had, uh these calls for violence, and we'll have that for later in the week from people like Hakeem Jeffries,
Hassan
basically
Piker
saying,
is even worse than
yes,
the politicians,
he
and
is,
he's a
he,
commentator.
he, yes, and we're going to look at him. He is off the chain. They're trying to get him into some type of political power, such as a
Hell no.
congressman or
No, no, no,
senator.
no, no,
Oh,
no,
hell
no,
yeah.
no,
Yep.
no. Vote no.
Uh,
Vote no. Vote no.
well, the problem is we have people that are, uh, is it California right now? They're trying to pass some legislation to have illegal aliens vote in elections.
Uh, I saw something about, was it California where an illegal alien just pledged oath of did an oath of office and is like holding power somewhere. I can't remember where it was. It just came across my timeline. I didn't look at it really close. I should have. Oh no, I
We'll have to
bookmarked it.
look at it.
I
Yeah.
bookmarked it. I will. I did
Okay.
bookmark it. I'll pull it up
Okay. We'll look at
for
it.
tomorrow or something. But
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
really, if it's real, I didn't get a chance to check to make sure it was real.
Okay.
But I will get it to you. Messed up.
Okay. Yeah. And the other thing I want to say about this whole thing with this guy, alleged. Are you kidding me? You know, alleged is I call you up and no, I think I saw this guy and he had a gun and he attempted to, annihilate somebody. And then we take that to the police and we produce, we give them a report. That's alleged. This guy, what do you,
Secret
he's
Service
on
with a bullet
camera
in their bulletproof vest, and it's on multiple versions of CCT camera and body cams.
and and the 2,500 people that were in the room that had their phones out, that instead of ducking when he was shooting,
Quite a few of
right,
the men
they were
refused. Dana
they
White was in his glory, like, oh, who do I get to fight?
yeah, I mean, at what point, like, how long is his legal case? What is his defense?
Oh, there isn't going to be one.
Like,
He's probably going to waive pre-trial nonsense. He's probably
he
just going to
did
say no
he,
contest and take the charges or guilty. Because he obviously, I mean, come on. People,
I mean, I'll
you
tell
can't
you
believe
what,
everything you see
if
online, but yeah.
yeah, this is well documented. This isn't me and you out there with our
No,
phone.
he had his
You know what I
freaking
mean?
manifesto on him. He
Yes,
wanted it to be known this was him.
correct.
I mean, even
So give
Ted,
us a break.
who was it?
Yeah,
The Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski wasn't stupid enough to keep his
yes,
fucking manifesto in his
correct,
pocket. The dude,
correct.
they had to search his cabin.
Hmm.
And actually, that guy's logic,
And
kind
I'll
of,
tell you
yeah,
what,
scary.
my personal opinion is I don't think he's gonna. I don't want to get us into trouble.
Here's what I think
Uh,
is going to end up
how
happening.
do
They're
I
going to have to
word it?
put him into protective custody in the jails They're going to keep him in
Yes.
protective custody so his
Thank you.
time runs out, or they're
Thank
going to
you.
deem him as mentally incompetent, incapable, and put him in a psychiatric facility like they did that Jack Ruby dude who took out
Uh,
Oswald,
yes.
who took out Kennedy.
Yes.
And if you don't know American history, man, I could have
Look
fun.
it up. Yeah, look it up.
So,
Uh,
yeah.
I have, yeah, I don't see him. Let's just put, I don't see him in general population.
No,
How's
there's
that?
no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no way.
then the argument, yeah, then the argument becomes, what his rights are as somebody that's going to be in a
Diminished
long-term
capacity of some
facility.
sort.
Correct. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't actually succeed, there's going to be no death penalty. It's probably going to be a life imprisonment of some sort.
Imprisonment.
Yes.
Correct.
And
They're
this is
actually
just
looking at
realistic.
adding. Yes. They're Janine Pirro is actually the assistant attorney general is
Hmm.
actually looking at adding more charges on. So I can see them. I mean,
Oh, well, I mean,
heck,
dude
really.
went from California to Chicago, bought guns. And by the way, this guy went by Amtrak, train from California
Yes.
to Chicago,
Yes.
but purchased guns in Chicago because he couldn't purchase them in California, then rode the
Mm-hmm.
train all the way to DC with the guns on the train. Now you're talking about interstate violations of
Mm-hmm.
illegal arms carrying. And
Correct.
yeah, like there's only a few states that will receive my constitutional carry where I could just take my gun to that state without needing a permit.
Right.
If I want to go back
Permit.
to
Right.
visit my dad in Michigan, I'm going to have to get a permit to carry, or I'm going to have to leave my gun at home in a lockbox and make sure somebody's
Right.
watching my house. But I conceal carry
Right.
because of my disability. I can't physically fight anymore. We've talked about this, and but for new people who are coming in, my state is constitutional carry. I could not go visit D in her state because they don't accept that. I would have to get a permit, and even then, they might not accept my permit. So, dude's in some
Correct.
serious federal trouble, as well as states and local trouble. So, yeah.
Well, the other issue that gets brought up then is the fact that he was able to ride the train. Now the whole railroad system is under fire due to their security and what their security measures are, because obviously this wasn't going to happen with him flying on no airplane.
Yeah, no, but I remember Greyhound. If you going on a
Yes,
hunting trip, you can take
yes,
a rifle and I believe one handgun. I don't know if they still do that.
I'll bet they don't. Uh,
Let me
I'll look.
Google. Well,
I'll
you
Yeah, Google
talk.
that real quick. Yeah. And that's another thing for those on the other platforms that are joining us. We'll actually stop what we're doing and perhaps do some live research. If we have a question and we want to know the answer, we might take a quick gander. Uh, so the uh, truly, I guess, if they're going to try to start to lock down, I'll bet you crazy B you can't do that on the bus. But if they're going to start locking down the train system,
Okay,
uh,
they no longer allow bows or knives on the they prohibit firearms, ammunition, hunting weapons such as bows and knives on their buses, including checked luggage. The policy states that no weapons are allowed anywhere on the bus. As a private company, Greyhound prohibits all firearms. I do know they used to allow it.
okay.
Because I know people who have
Well,
gone out of
it only
state that way
well, and I don't know when that changed, but it only I can see that making
after
sense with
2001.
the right, with the activity that's gone on in the
Hmm.
country, and at least right now, particularly with the push of illegals from the southern
Hmm.
border into the interior of the country as well as into the East Coast and up in the New England area. So I could see all that happening. And I'll bet the railroads have something in place. I just don't know how he pulled it off That's something
Well,
we're
if they
gonna
didn't
have
do
to
a
find out.
luggage check, because you can break down a rifle or a shotgun into separate components, and then you fit it in a basic
And put them in
suitcase.
and put them in, we just don't know how he accomplished it.
Yes.
And that's something that'll probably be forthcoming,
Mm-hmm.
uh, as they find this information out. So really the only way I see things happening in the future would be you're driving your vehicle kind of thing, packing up your vehicle and bringing whatever you want with you.
Well, and that's
But I mean,
still
it wasn't
crossing
like he just
international
came.
different
Correct.
laws
Yeah,
and
just
state
breaking
laws.
laws. Yeah,
And then
yeah.
it's going to start making it hard for people who want to drive from where, let's say, where I'm at in Kentucky to Alaska or Montana. Well, you can't actually drive to Alaska because you got to cut through Canada, and Canada doesn't allow guns. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
real nightmare trying to get to
Mm-hmm.
Alaska with your guns. But like
Right.
again, like I couldn't drive through certain states per se with a handgun because of their laws, or certain guns they might make an exception if you're cutting through to go hunting. You talk to the police when they pull you over, whatever, but like it still baffles me because like how in God's green earth did a train station,
Uh-huh.
how did
How to
that
get through
happen?
from California to Washington, D.C. And
Well,
not only
he
that,
didn't have the guns in
when he
California. He picked
retrieved
them up in Chicago.
Chicago, I mean,
Yeah.
to get from Chicago even to D.C. with them,
Hmm.
right? And to get to his hotel.
And why would he go and get guns in
I
Chicago? They
just,
have the strictest gun laws second to California.
right. I mean, how did that all come about? And that's going to be the curiosity. So we better let's move
Yeah,
on
let's
because
let's hit
we
play.
could be fair. Yeah, we could be in theorizing forever here.
We've
Go ahead.
gone through about half the video. Yeah. Okay, let's go because that is some really good questions that we need to dig into.
Mm-hmm.
Washington.
A suicide watch seems a very appropriate thing to do. They're the ones where the buck stops with. If something bad happens within the jail, they're going to be held responsible.
Allen was removed from solitary confinement before the hearing. As for the case against Allen, U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro confirming the Secret Service agent was definitively shot by the suspected gunman, hit with buckshot with the suspect's
Oh,
Mossberg pump-action shotgun.
okay.
Jesus.
You know Mossberg probably as well as I do because your family
Hi.
hunts and your dad being
Yep.
the marksman he was.
Yep.
That you don't even really got to aim. You just got to
Aim.
point in the
Correct.
general direction and someone's
And
going to get hit.
just pull the trigger. That's correct.
Was he using
If
birdshot,
it wouldn't have
buckshot,
that,
slugs?
yep. If it wouldn't have been that he happened to just, I mean, to me, was God looking upon all those people.
Uh-huh.
Those idiots with the cell phones out, not protecting themselves, not thinking that something was happening, that they were all just had their phones out. Any one of them could have been shot dead. Any single one of them.
Yeah.
And it was by the grace of God that he shot that Secret Service guy and he hit his vest. And that vest stopped that.
And
And
before anyone starts
I
to
just find
say, oh, go ahead, and then I'll go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, before anyone starts bashing that, oh, it's so easy to get a gun in America, to legally purchase a Mossberg, you have to go to a legitimate sales site, whether it's Walmart or a gun shop. You have to give them your ID. You have to fill out some paperwork. They're going to do a quick call in. And in many states, you have to wait 24 to 72 hours, or sometimes upwards of a
Right.
week before you can pick the gun up.
Right.
Now, I've lived in a few
I
states
mean,
where
I'd
once
like,
they pass the federal call, if they're able to get the federal call in, you can take the gun with you that day. But they still have
right.
receipts of you purchased this gun.
And it's also curious to me if you're an out of state, if his residence is in California and he makes the purchase in Chicago for For
That makes
what
me think he
reason?
didn't
You know
legally
what I mean?
purchase the guns. He had to have gotten them from somebody he
Exactly.
knew who did a straw purchase, basically.
Right.
And that's
Because,
really illegal.
if you, yeah, because you're a resident and you're out of state, and I think the hold is, I don't hold me to this, but I think the hold is longer, just
Um,
because if that was the case, we could be moving around, anybody could move around and purchase weapons from a different state,
yeah, I know,
if you're a non-resident.
like, if I purchase online, it has to be sent to a legitimate gun sales store,
Correct?
not
Where
Walmart, but
you
an
have to pay
actual gun shop, in order for me to
and
pick up
stuff.
any, even if it's a
Correct.
long gun, a handgun, or even the lower receiver, because that's
Mm-hmm.
the firing components. You have to
Yep.
pick those up. I can get a slide, I can get a new barrel in the mail, I can get new magazines in the barrel. I mean, in the mail, not in the barrel. But I can get those because they're not actual firing components. But the firing components you have to pick up um, at the store. And like Vanilla said, what if I am mad right now? That's another reason that a lot of these
Mm-hmm.
states have the delay in sales. Um,
Correct.
it's like they like, okay, this person might be mad. And again, we also have the problem, and this is in quite a few states. Luckily, my state's not one of them, where if you've committed a crime such as domestic violence or some kind of stalking problem, there's a restraining order against you.
Correct.
My state is
Yep.
really good at reporting it right away and getting it up the chain to the federal government. I have been in states where
Right.
they don't get it. It can sit for months before the federal government finds out.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the states that are the most insanely corrupt. And they have so many gun laws that most people are behind in their getting it done thing. Where I live,
Correct.
it's done pretty fast because there aren't that many that you got to go through. You just sit down the minute you get the report and you call it in right away. Judge says, yep,
Right.
restraining order. Someone gets on the line and notifies the federals. Okay.
Right. Again, it's like you said, it's going to be
It's a
very,
common thing.
I don't know how much he's going to tell, uh,
Hmm.
so that perhaps he can get some type of reduction in sentencing
Well, his
in
family
order
tried
for,
reporting him and nobody took it seriously.
right? Correct. But what I want to know is just exactly how, you know what I mean? How his mind worked, and what he did and what the exact steps were to get him from California to Chicago to DC, and where he picked everything up and how the transport actually happened,
How long did he stay in
and how he,
Chicago, is my question.
right, exactly. He could have, for all we know, he could have been there for, a month, 2 months, maybe longer.
Well, not being a
We don't
school
know.
teacher.
Yes, well, he really no, I don't know exactly. I can't get a good hit off of that. It appears to be from what I can tell, he wasn't a classroom teacher per se, but he was somebody that helped people get into college, and I'm trying to verify all of that information,
Oh, so
and
like one
that's
of
one
those
reason.
guidance counselor type of people.
Correct. Correct. And that's one reason why we have kind of postponed doing our dive into him, and we're doing all the cursory information that's surrounding him, until we get some exact specifics. There's
Well,
so much
and we're
information
asking questions that
out
other
there.
people should be asking too.
Yeah, they're not, and we don't hear it.
Yeah, that's why.
None of this. Yeah, I haven't heard any of this stuff
Yeah, I've not heard
from
anyone
anybody.
say, why was he in Chicago? How the hell did he get guns in Chicago? And wait, what? He took a
Hmm.
train? I mean, seriously?
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody's really checking into this stuff. I mean, yeah, I'm sure the feds are, but they haven't released anything yet. And
Right, and that's fine, but you don't hear anything. You don't hear boo about this from mainstream media. All we're hearing about is the bad treatment that he's receiving while he's in jail.
you tried to take out a president. If
That's
it was
all.
someone who tried to take out Biden, I wouldn't really give two fucking shits how they were treated, as long as they aren't being inhumanely abused, like waterboarded,
Right.
stripped, beaten with a whip or a belt, that's unacceptable. He's got a room,
Right.
he's got clothing, he's got food, and he's getting medical care if needed. That's the
Right.
basics that you get for
Oh,
humanity.
well, he upset. Wait, here we go. He was upset because he couldn't get a Bible. They made copies of some pages and gave to him. Now,
That works.
yeah, okay. Uh, Maybe you should have had the Bible before you went to Chicago.
Maybe you should
Maybe
have
you
the
should
Bible
have had
before
the
you tried to
Bible
assassinate a
before.
president. You didn't learn the
Thank you.
lessons you should have learned. You are getting the wrong message from the Bible.
Like, what are you doing? Are you looking for the pages that, you're looking for forgiveness? Okay. It's a
Um,
little bit late now for me. Make it
yeah,
make sense. It does not, it doesn't correlate. You know what I'm saying?
no, it doesn't at all. And again, um, we're trying to make sense of these kind of statements and stuff. And is this even a real statement? Or is this something someone just created to cause a problem in the media?
Well, I believe that these statements that are made, because initially on Sunday,
Hmm.
his defense attorneys took down, and we will get into that, took down the statements about his treatment, but the judge brought it all back to the forefront. In fact, there was to be information given to him at 9 a.m. today. We got to see if the DOJ and
Hmm.
that cooperated and the prosecutors cooperated and how that all plays out.
Of
We'll
course.
probably have that tomorrow. But
Mind blowing how
then it's,
things
did
change
he
like
really
that.
ask for the Bible, or yeah, did he really ask for the Bible, or didn't he?
Well,
Or is
what
that
happened
just
to
part
his
of the
social
defense
media
tactics?
accounts? His social media accounts started getting pulled. What evidence were we not?
Yeah, who did
And
that?
again, if it's public record, don't change
Yeah,
it.
right.
So what if we're all looking at it? We just can't be jurors on
Mm-hmm.
on jury duty that day.
Correct.
Get a bunch of older people who don't know how to use Blue Sky because evidently that's where he spent most of his time.
There you go.
And then in which case the guy still ain't gonna
Okay,
get
yeah,
a. Yeah. Anyways,
exactly. Okay.
let's hit
We're not
play.
even through the first video. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's only
but
2 minutes and 11 seconds
But this
long.
is ridiculous that they're turning it into, oh, this guy needs, 5-star chef, Michelin cooks, and all this. No, the fuck.
Yep.
Don't take it that way. No, no, no. No, dude. Kwame Kilpatrick, former mayor
And
of
what, yeah,
Detroit, pulled that shit.
yeah,
Dude, your wife possibly killed a prostitute you were banging on the side at a party you were hosting in the mayor's mansion. And what happens? You get to hang up art and a flat screen plasma TV and all this stuff while you're in jail, and then somehow Trump pardons him. Make sense of it.
right. It doesn't.
Sorry. No,
Mm-hmm.
if you're in jail,
Rant
you're
over,
losing.
hit play. Rant over,
You're supposed to
rant
lose
over, hit
those
play.
luxuries. Okay, let's go.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say, what is jail?
It's to lose your
Hit play, hit play,
luxuries
hit play.
and be miserable and think about
Uh-huh.
the bullshit you did and how you need to be a better person.
Yeah. You know
Mm-hmm.
what? That's it. Hey, maybe that's the new way to go. Because nursing homes are so expensive. I don't recommend this, but that's a possibility for seniors now. You know what I mean?
You get full medical, you get your
Yeah,
meals.
yeah, you get right.
Moldy is going to be the same. Moldy food at the nursing home or moldy food at the jail. Take your
My
pick. It's a
food
little
and
penicillin,
exactly,
whatever.
exactly.
Yeah,
You
and you'll
get
still have a
rolled
bed
out into
where
the
they tie you down at night so you can't
yeah,
wander the halls because of your dementia.
right, right. It might be better. It might be a better thing. How about we start elderly assassins?
No, no,
There you
no,
go.
no, no, no.
That's
They can
that's
create
that's
some
our
other
new
crime
okay.
that they can go for instead of assassins. Let them be
There you
robbers or
go.
something
Okay,
less
so
aggressive.
No, not bank robbery.
No.
We'll do like
Oh,
elderly
wait, what was that movie?
heist
Retired
or
and Extremely Dangerous, Red, with Bruce Willis and all those other people who were geriatric hitmen.
yes, yes, yes. I can't. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I can't think of the name of that.
It's called Red.
Uh,
R-E-D. Retired and
is it?
Extremely Dangerous. Yes.
Oh, I'm thinking of another movie too. Okay, that'll come to hit play. Hit play. We got to get.
Okay, yes,
We're
okay.
never gonna get through our stuff.
We're
Go ahead.
trying.
Is definitively his bullet.
Pirro also shedding light on what prosecutors say Allen was doing in surveillance video when he disappears behind doors for a few moments before charging the security checkpoint.
And look
He
at the
goes
women
into
run and
that room
hide.
to take
Did you
off
see
a
that?
long coat that he has on.
Yes.
He's wearing a long dark coat because he has to hide the Mossberg pump action shotgun. And he takes the coat off. As soon as he does, he comes out like a bat out of hell.
Janine Pirro saying they plan to bring the case before a grand jury this week, indicating more charges could be on the way and more evidence will soon be made public. In Washington, I'm Kayla Gaskins.
Oh, I totally misspelled her. I let the misspell happen. It said with an I. It said Killa Gaskins.
That's okay. There you go.
You've been with me when I was creating working with the subtitles. It's not easy.
Know. I know it's rough.
But we do have an article
Okay,
to go with this.
Okay, let's check that. Okay, so this is the judge apologizes to the correspondent's dinner suspect over his treatment. Can you hit play on that, Crazy B?
I think it just shows the CCTV footage. Oh, no, it's actual news. Okay, hold on. Let's back this up.
Today, a federal judge apologized to the man charged with attempting to assassinate President Trump at the White House Correspondents' Dinner for his treatment at the D.C. jail. Cole Allen's attorneys filed a motion with the court arguing he's been held in a 24-hour safe cell under constant lighting and without personal items. During a hearing, Judge Zia...
Okay, the constant lighting could definitely be a problem because that is actually...
you need
it's psychological torture.
Yes.
It took me a minute because our military tried that.
And there minimum at most I could see and again, if they're saying there were bright lights like we're, gonna have a party, I could see them being dimmed perhaps so that you know what's going on in the cell. But I don't see them being completely turned off either. So, especially if he's on suicide watch.
Yeah, dim the lights, but don't be strobe light, blaring light.
Yeah, correct. So if he's in pitch black, he could be banging his head off the wall, to do some harm to himself. So I don't know the jail's protocol for suicide watch. And perhaps that is something that they do. I mean, I don't know. When you're tired enough, you're gonna close your eyes and go to sleep. But
like let's say, is this at half lighting? Is it a full, floodlight from outside? One of the vapor gas type ones. So what are we talking about lighting? And can it be adjusted?
Exactly.
Are we talking fluorescent bulbs?
You know what? Oh, I really don't. Again, I don't really give a shit. It's jail.
I get
what I
that,
mean?
but
follow what the fucking rules are.
Yeah, but no, it is actually considered
I'm
torture
sure,
to deprive people of
protocol.
Day and light cycles. It is actually a form of torture.
There are protocols. There are protocols in place for all jails, all prisons that have to be followed. It's not like we just put him in there and made up. Guess what? We're going to keep the lights on.
Well,
you know what I mean?
We
There's
know the
rules
DC
and
jail
regulations.
had absolutely zero shits about the other people in the past, depending on their political leaning. So
exactly,
is this something where this administration running the jail or encouraging the jail to do something not right? We don't know. I would like a little bit more detail about what kind of lighting and situation is going on. Give me more details. Don't just say 24-hour lights.
Right.
Let's get some more info.
Right. But then, it gets to the point of how much do we really have to frickin' know about everything? You know what I mean? Is it going to be down to what day he gets his toenails clipped? You know
Well,
what I'm
just in
saying? Like,
case
come
they maybe cut off his toe on accident.
on. Let's move on. Hit play.
I'm
Come
just
on, hit
saying, if you're
play.
going to make a complaint, if you're going to make a legitimate complaint about something, give
Right.
full details about
The
the
details.
complaint.
Correct.
Don't, I mean, if
Yeah,
you're going to
just
complain
don't
about the
tell
food,
us.
give us reports of what the mold looked like.
Or, for example, when I was in the nursing home, the food, right?
At least you were
Those
allowed
kind
to
of
have a camera
details.
to take pictures.
Exactly, exactly. There you go.
He
Okay,
can't
go
have
ahead, move
that.
on.
Yep.
Move on.
Faruqi criticized the general counsel for the D.C. Department of Corrections, calling Allen's confinement disturbing. The judge apologized to Allen, directly saying, quote, I am very troubled by what they indicate the conditions that you have been subjected to. I'm sorry. It sounds like things have not been the way they're supposed to. Whatever you've been through, I apologize. He added that Allen posed a
Now,
far
just stop there a second, Crazy B. Does that picture of the judge match the drawing that we saw earlier on the other video? Nope,
Um,
nada. No, it doesn't. Nope,
is that the
nope. No,
judge?
that's the judge.
Hold on. Hold on. I want to see something. I want to see if there's any more pictures of him.
There is.
Okay, so whoever was doing the court sketching was not a realistic artist.
Artists. Yeah.
No,
And
they're
I'm telling you,
that's not
I
normal.
believe, okay, that's perpetuating a racial stereotype. And I'm going to leave it at that. And everybody can look at his picture, go back to the beginning of the first video we have, and we're hearing more and more about this racial group. And we'll leave it at that for right now. So
Yeah,
go
they're
ahead,
trying to
Crazy Boo.
downplay certain features too, but the name,
Correct.
I'll tell you, names give away a lot.
Yeah. Correct.
So, okay, yep, let's hit play.
He added that Allen posed a far lower threat to jail safety than January 6th defendants. Department of Corrections explained Allen was initially placed in a safe cell.
Name one J6er that had a weapon on them that day. I think there was a couple who were legal to conceal carry, but
right?
they were just outside. They knew not to go into the building because they had a weapon on them. The rest of them. Sorry, go ahead.
Did anybody fire a weapon?
The police.
Did any J6?
The fake FBI guys.
Yeah. Did any J6er fire a firearm?
Not that I am aware of. No.
Discharge?
No.
Correct. That's the answer. But he was less. He's less than a threat than they are. Okay.
Dude had a Mossberg. That is.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you're trying to hurt something seriously if you come at him with a Mossberg pump action 12 gauge.
Okay. That says everything you need to know about the judge and his political leanings.
Bias. Yes. We don't even got to go any further. It's I mean, we should, but it's still.
We're good. We're gonna because
straightforward.
I have issues with him. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
How do you make those comments? Yeah, go ahead, hit play. We'll finish this up.
No, I'm just like, I'm sorry, like our society has taken this deep of a shit
We've come
turn.
to this. Yeah.
Like, how did we let corruption sink in?
So if that is the case that he's disturbed about his treatment, my question then is, what about everybody else that's in that prison? What about their treatment? And everybody else that has come before him in his court that has been in that jail, has he apologized to them for the treatment that they've received in that jail.
Okay, here's
I
the
can't find another. Go ahead. I did find something else on him.
okay
One other. He
compared
apologized.
to.
Hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, hold on. I did find something else that we'll have for tomorrow, where he apologized last year to somebody else who planned, and they didn't go through with it. I don't recall it being really big in the news. He apologized again to somebody else that wanted to assassinate Trump. He
Okay.
apologized to him.
Um,
Why?
here's. I think I get why. Okay, in the last 50 years, our jails have been ranked on that of staying in a hotel compared to jails of the other
Yes.
countries, and with the exception of the UK and parts of Europe. Their jails are
Right.
a joke. But
Garbage.
you look
Yeah.
at
Right.
China, what they do to people. You look at Mexico's jails. You look at
Mm-hmm.
Argentina. You look at what
Mm-hmm.
Venezuela used to, well, still does.
Well, it
Um,
was. Exactly. Right.
we're basically a vacation for the people. Like,
That's why I'm saying seniors, let's band together. You know what I mean?
like what
It's
the
bad.
fudge are they
Yeah.
apologizing for when our jails are already ranked the cushiest in the freaking world?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Something's wrong here. Seniors, don't go to the nursing home. You got options.
Yeah, seriously. Go drunk drive for
Yeah.
a little bit. You got at least 2 years. No, actually don't, because somebody could get hurt. Do something where other
Yeah.
people
You
aren't
might.
really going to get
Yeah.
hurt, but will still land you jail time. Mouth off to
Right.
the judge or something and
Right.
then get locked up that way. Just
Yeah.
don't do anything that'll
Right.
hurt others.
Ooh, right. Steal a pack of gum. Well, no, because that doesn't count anymore.
Yeah,
You
no.
might
It's
have to
under
go
two.
over
It's
the
got to be over
$100.
$2,000.
Yeah, you might have to go. Yeah, something like that, and walk out of one of the stores
Oh,
and
oh,
no,
start
because that ain't
stripping
gonna
naked
work
in
because they'll
Walmart.
let you right out.
Start stripping naked in a Walmart. They'll come and get you
Uh,
pretty quick.
yeah, but you know what? The way things are rolling, you'll
Actually,
just
that
be let
might
out
not be
that
a
day.
problem too. Shit.
Not, I can't think of anything right now because they're letting,
Stuff
you
that
know,
20 years
they're
ago would
letting
have
all
gotten
types
you
out.
locked up easily. You're now
Yeah,
getting a hug and a pat on the
right.
back and said, "It's okay, we'll take care of you," as you walk out the
Yeah,
door and nothing
uh-huh.
happens.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
can we go back to sanity? Just,
Mm-hmm.
like, for the love of God, like, I don't want us to be brutal. I don't want a
No,
brutal, torturous
there's
system, but I don't want us to be a give them a pat and a teddy bear and tell them
acting.
it's going to be
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. I mean, that
I
I
mean,
told
me
you, I'm all
consequencing
for
my kids
going back
growing up
to
was more torturous than jail. I changed the Wi-Fi
exactly
password. Like,
so that they
that's
can.
more
Yeah,
torture to
I
the
mean,
kids than jail.
yeah, we've talked about this. Go back to making the license plates. Go back to chain gangs. Go
I
back to
agree to the
cleaning
chain
and picking
gangs.
up
Yep.
litter off the highways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
A little hard labor never.
Do
Well,
work,
actually, it
do road
has.
work.
But yeah. I was gonna say a little hard labor never
Do
killed
road
anyone,
work.
but yeah, it does.
Yeah. Go. We could send everybody to California, and they could clean the underbrush out from under the
There
trees
you
so that we
go.
don't have wildfires.
There. That's a
Okay.
beautiful solution. I like that idea. And not just California's, but all the various
Yeah.
national parks.
Washington State.
Just
Yeah,
have a couple of.
any sanctuary state, yep, any
Mhm.
sanctuary state that got underbrush,
But why
let's
should we be
go,
giving
you
them
know?
free lawn care, basically, in the woods when they're wasting the money and lining their pockets? I feel bad for the citizens,
I
but
know.
why do we gotta just? I don't know. I don't know. I
Go
don't.
ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of a toss-up. We want to save lives by cleaning out the underbrush, but California has more than enough money to do it. And I mean, what was it? There's a business that just told California to F off and walked out. They're leaving California. It's a $100
I
million
know.
business
I know.
because California's screwing
Mm-hmm.
them over. And then they're like, we need jobs
Well,
back. Well, quit charging them so much they have to run to a different state. And quit letting people rob
that's
them.
that's possibly what's going to happen up in New York City,
Mm-hmm.
where Mandami called out the billionaire, and he's got a $6 billion project that he's like reconsidering, and it had 15,000 permanent jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and Mandami had to call him out by name.
Well, Chicago, that what's his face, the mayor, is mad because Walgreens closed all their stores
Brandon
because of the
Johnson.
shoplifting, and he's like, they should be charged with a humanities something or another. It's like,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
keep your people in check so they can stay in business and make money.
Thank you.
I
I mean, when we show you videos of people just picking whatever the hell, I mean, cartfuls of stuff. We're not talking one item. How about the video that we showed where the family went through the store, picked out the food, and sat down in the middle of
ate
the
it.
store and ate it? Yeah.
Whether they paid for it or not,
No
still
repercussions.
disrespecting the store.
Yes.
Like, it just blows my mind that people think this is okay behavior to sit there and be mad at the industry for leaving because you can't act like civilized human beings. I've
Right.
seen chimpanzees in a zoo behave better than some people in certain states. And I'm not talking race wise because I've lived in a few trailer parks. Trust me. I'm not talking about race. I'm talking about the
We're
behavior
talking
of
from
the
the end.
people.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Right.
meth heads, terrible
Mm-hmm.
neighbors. Just
Go ahead, hit play.
yeah.
Yeah, hit play.
To a
Go ahead, hit
suicide
play.
watch and later kept there for operational security concerns. The judge gave the Department of Corrections until 9 a.m. tomorrow to move Allen out of solitary confinement or provide a justification. He warned if the jail does not comply, Allen could be transferred to a federal facility.
I can give like three
So transfer 'em.
reasons
Yeah,
why
so
he
transfer 'em.
should be there. And you know what? Transfer him to a federal facility. Do you think the
Welcome.
feds
cares?
are going to be any nicer?
Right.
Oh my God.
That might be worse. Yeah.
Unless they know that this federal jail is still under the Biden administration thing where they give out teddy bears and hugs and cozy blankets. I wonder if they get those like Sherpa
It is.
blankets under there. Like, nice warm Sherpa blanket.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe a memory foam mattress.
Right. Move on.
Oh Lord.
I know it's frustrating.
Oh, and then
Okay, so
this shit happened too.
go ahead.
Oh God, I forgot that this happened. Yeah, what was this, yesterday? There was another shooting of a person outside of out of the White House that was a threat of some sort.
Correct. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But
We're
yeah, the
still waiting
social
for
media
details
has
on this.
social media has nothing to do with this. All this Trump is a
Correct.
Nazi has nothing to do with this. Here we go.
Can you turn that up at all, please?
It'll pick up in just a second. It picks up.
Okay.
Plainclothes officers and agents that consistently patrol the outer perimeter of the White House complex identified a suspicious individual that appeared to have a firearm. They called in support from our marked uniformed Secret Service police to make contact with that individual. Upon making contact, that individual fled briefly on foot, drew a firearm, fired in the direction of our agents, officers, turned fire and engaged. That individual was hit. He's since been transported to the hospital. No comments on his condition. I can tell you that at least one, I believe only one bystander was hit by the suspect. That individual, it's a juvenile, did not sustain any life-threatening injuries, but he's also received treatment at the hospital. I'll point out that not long before this shooting occurred, the vice president's motorcade did transit through this area. The investigation itself, in terms of the use of force in the shooting, will be conducted by Metropolitan Police. I'll pause there.
Matthew, do we know how your guys identified this person as being suspicious? Were they on a radar or just how he appeared?
So my understanding is they observed
Stop
a
there,
print,
Crazy
we would
B.
call it.
Yes.
Stop there. You know, and we talked about this.
Oh, yeah, because we were on the phone while editing this. Yes, we did. Go ahead.
Yes. And the question is, okay, how do you identify somebody that's suspicious?
Superman X-ray vision. Sorry.
Don't they receive some type of training?
Yes,
to
specialized
be on the lookout
observational
for?
training.
Really?
Oh, they have an extra bulge under their shirt. That doesn't look normal. They have a this. They have a that. They're walking kind of funny, like, their leg is a little stiff. Maybe there's a shotgun down their pants.
Yeah, so you take a closer look, right? And if you have reason to suspect something, you're going to stop them. Particularly in this heightened sense of violence that's occurring, particularly that the president was just
Again,
had an attempt on his life a week ago.
this is like, what, the fourth attempt
What's
I
going-
think we're up to on him? And one very closely succeeded? Almost
Yeah.
succeeded? Not actually succeeded, but closely came to succeeding. Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, everyone's on edge. Duh!
Yes.
I want to go visit the White House to save my life right now. President could personally invite me.
No.
I'm like, no, let's go meet somewhere else. I don't trust the White House.
Right? Yeah, come
Or
to
the
my
Capitol
house,
building,
right?
or the Hilton Ballroom, or
Yeah.
there's quite a list I can't go
No,
to
not
now.
the Hilton Ballroom.
And we're
No,
certainly not
no,
going to
we don't-
Butler,
we're not going-
Pennsylvania by the rooftop. No.
Yeah. Right.
On.
Yeah.
Duh!
So I mean, come on. I mean, like, you're a reporter, and that's what made you think that he was suspicious?
Jeez, I don't know. Maybe
I
there
mean,
was
now
this
this is what
weird
I'm
backpack
this is
shape
what
on
I'm
him.
talking about. Yeah. Well, this is what I'm talking about. So
Mhm.
now we're down to how detailed and specific does this have to be?
Oh, well, now we can
like you said-
put it on the news for the bad guys to see what they're looking for so they can adjust.
Correct. Yep.
Dumbasses.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
This is stupidity
Mhm.
beyond belief.
Yeah.
What is suspicious? Okay. I'm a
Um,
guard. I'm supposed to be watching. I'm a bodyguard. I'm a Secret Service person. Oh, I know. You're the two police women that were up in Butler that couldn't get your gun out of the holster. Perhaps, maybe those types. I don't know.
Here's what I call
I'm just
suspicious.
saying.
I walk into a party store. Someone walks
Yeah.
behind me. Their eyes are bulging out of their head. Instead of buying one Mountain Dew, I
Mhm.
buy two so I can club the motherfucker. Because you know what? I kind of suspect he's working with the girl who was sitting out front on the cell phone, talking quite
Mhm.
loudly. And then when I go to the register, she's like, "Yeah, I don't trust that guy. Do you want one of our guys to walk you out?" I'm like, "No, I got it." I'd already had 6
Yeah.
years of combat, like martial arts trainings with weapons. So
Right.
I haul my happy ass out there. And dude's still waiting in the parking lot, eyeballing me, but he sees I have a Mountain Dew in each hand. He knows he ain't gonna mess with me.
Right.
But it's also why I never carried more. I didn't carry a debit card, and I only carried about $15 to $20 cash at any given time. You ain't robbing my ass,
Right.
if for much. So, yeah, sorry. That's suspicious. Your eyes are bugging out. You're tweaking on some kind of drug. You're following me around.
You're screaming at the top of
Yeah, that's
yeah.
kind of
You're walking back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like trouble. If you look like trouble, and you notice I didn't say race, I didn't say where we were located, I didn't say anything like that. But it's something about the body language and the behavior that says trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for fuck's
Mm-hmm.
sake. There's a lot of dead
And again,
giveaways.
yeah, yeah. And you can go do a search and look for body language experts
Experts.
that that tell you here's signs that to look for.
Mm-hmm.
What to, like I told you, I was in town by myself. All I did was scan. I knew where trouble would potentially be. Thank goodness I had a huge bodyguard with me. There's no way in hell that I would go there by myself. Uh, and you're you're being observant around your area.
Mm-hmm.
Is this person walking beside me? Are they behind me? Did they get in front of me and then move behind me? Are they following me up into the parking lot? If they're
Pay
going to the parking garage when
attention.
I am, yeah, it's common sense.
But
But you're
oh,
gonna ask
everybody's
what
on their
they,
damn phones
yeah,
too much these days. They got their heads down and their earbuds in.
yes, mm-hmm,
Even though I was
that's
raised in the
true.
country, I never obstructed my hearing or my line of sight, and I would always look around me. But then again, I also was
Mm-hmm.
around coyotes and other wild animals that could have killed me at any time.
Right,
People and
right,
wild animals are the most dangerous things you will come across. I'm telling you,
exactly.
don't let your guard down. And then you get reporters. Oh, how did you know it was
Yes,
dangerous?
that
I
I
don't know. It was
stupid.
150 pounds, had gray fur and a bunch of teeth, and there was six more of them behind him.
Oh, but could you specifically, what color eyes did he have?
I don't give a fuck. I
Give us
was
some
running.
more detail?
I was running for the trees to get out of the reach. Like, fucker. I mean, come on. I've seen video footage, like VHS video footage taken on a camera of deer attacking a hunter who was they were hunting in pairs,
Oh yeah.
and the
Oh
deer
yeah.
came chasing the guy, and he's running up the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
believe it or not, deer can jump
Yep.
about 10 foot and clear it. Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Go
Don't.
ahead.
No
You're
one's gonna sit there and look for specifics. Just general specific
just, yep. I'm
dangers.
just saying, keep. All right. Let's see what the next questions are.
God, these are stupid.
Visual print of a firearm. These are trained surveillance detection personnel out there looking every day to look for just that. Not far from the White House complex, and they observed a visual print of a firearm.
Did you hack the motorcade in any way? Did he approach it?
No, not to my knowledge. That's enough for me.
Do we know if the child who was struck was definitely struck by the shooter, by accident, perhaps by the officer?
I can't say, and we'll let the doctors figure that out, but everything I've seen.
There we go again. Like, how?
I
You know
can
what I
tell
mean?
you
Like,
how and
they
why
just.
they chose to question that. ICE. Remember that jackass where the gun misfired when they were pulling it out and the ICE unloaded
True.
on
That
him?
is true. That's true. That is true.
I can totally
But he
understand
made
this.
this.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it. But the knowledge and the information that they're providing and the surveillance that they have right now shows otherwise.
Yes.
So the location of the child, there's more detail to this story than what's right here right now. There's other information about the
Yes.
kids. So
But let me
again,
also put in
it
another
was
perspective. I'm being a legal gun owner and gun carrier. If the police tell me to stop and they're going to ask why I'm carrying my credentials, I'm not going to just start running and opening fire. It's not like
Really?
the guy
Hmm.
had good intentions if that was his initial response to being questioned why he has a gun so close to the White House.
Correct.
I think everyone's kind of ignoring that point. Oh, well, police might be racially profiling me. I don't know the guy's race. I actually don't even know what
Uh-huh.
the shooter looks like, and I'm just going to
Right.
say that's one of the stupid things people put out there. Um, I don't know. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think there's more to it than just your skin color as to why they were asking. And even then, if that's the
I,
case, you're making yourself look even worse by firing on them.
yes.
So I don't know if that question gets asked. I don't actually think it did, but I was waiting for it when I was
Yeah.
editing this.
Yeah. I haven't heard it yet. Yeah. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Scene leads me to believe, and the investigators believe, he was struck by the suspect.
When this man was
Correct. Not on the property. We're not far. We are, just real quick, we're not far at all. You have been here from where this incident took place.
Did you tell us exactly where he was spotted? Not here.
I can't say exactly, but they had been following him for a brief period of time before uniformed police engaged.
You
mentioned
mentioned
he didn't fire off
Let's go one at a time.
he didn't
Go ahead.
approach the motorcade. Was there indication that was his?
No, but we will get to the bottom of that.
Did he say anything to the officers?
I'm not at liberty right now until we get.
But
for
was
sure.
there any sort of communication?
Again, I can't say right now.
Come on, gee.
What did I say to the police?
I can't stand
Fuck
it.
you!
I
No.
I can't stand it. I mean, like, real. This is
I
the
should not.
best that you got.
I should never be put in charge
Really?
of doing a press conference because they're going to get sarcasm on levels you wouldn't believe.
I mean, like, I am so.
What did he say to them? Did
I
they
don't
have
even
any
know what to say.
communication? I just stare at her and be like, "What's
They
your
were
IQ
fucking
score?"
firing. They were he was firing at them. You know what I mean? Like, what they do? Oh, sorry, I didn't get to fucking kill one of you. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
you
Come
missed!
on.
Ha ha! Try again. 3 inches to the left. No, come on.
Wait, here we go. Here's how it's gonna play out. It's gonna go before the court. The court's gonna let him on. He's gonna show back up and go, now I get to try again for a second time. Oh God.
No, he sat there like
Sorry,
Austin Powers in that movie, and he's got his little finger
Uh-huh.
up to his face, going,
Yep.
hee hee.
Yep.
Where's my laser sharks?
Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah.
How
How
flying
stupid.
fuck are these reporters? Like, I would honestly never put me in charge of a media presser because it's not going to go well at all. I don't think
Go
I can
ahead.
imagine what's in his head. This poor guy. I can imagine what he wants to say versus what part of I'm not
What
at
has to-
liberty to say did you not comprehend, bitch? Like,
Right, right. Yep.
okay. Oh my God, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yes.
Let's see.
Matthew,
Keep
we see
going.
a backpack and suspects or kids?
I'm not sure. The backpack you probably see is our first aid trauma kit that our officers providing life care after shooting the suspect.
Do you have an age on the child that was?
I can just tell you right now that it's a juvenile. I'll do two more questions, guys. I'm sorry, say again.
This is related potentially to the other recent attempts on.
I can't say. I'm not going to guess
No.
on that. I can tell
You
you.
know, here we go. Do you believe that this is in relationship to the assassination attempt
Oh,
on
I'm
Trump?
based. You were able to hear that. I
Okay.
could not hear that out of that entire thing. That's why I
Okay.
left the subtitles alone. That's what they were asking?
Okay. Yes, they wanted to know if they thought it was, in relation to Trump's assassination attempt, Trump's assassination attempt last week.
I'm not a
Oh, here
betting
we go.
person, but
Okay, let me answer the question. No fucking shit, Dick Tracy, is the answer. Okay, that's the answer to the
no
question.
shit, Sherlock. I can come up with a few more. I'm not a betting person, but I would put money that it was, and I'd end up being a millionaire.
You th-
Like, fuck's sake. Are
Yeah.
these Really
You know what I
genuine
mean?
questions.
Real, really, you're at the on. Just make it make sense to me,
Low IQ
please.
people pushed through college because they were told they had to go. And then with the DEI BS that started in the colleges, and everybody gets a participation, well, diploma. Yeah, I think that pretty much explains it. The participation diplomas.
Okay,
Mhm.
all right, go ahead.
Sorry, it's
I'm
fucking
sorry.
bullshit.
I'm sorry for all the swearing today. I just
Sorry
can't
for all the
stand it. I really
pausing.
can't.
Like
Yeah,
we like who thought
we
a
legit.
couple 4-minute videos would lead to our entire show because there were so many stupid questions and points made. Like
And this is see this, and this is what the problem I have with this is framing mainstream media and what the propaganda is being pushed out to the American people,
and most people
right?
aren't thinking the way
This
we
is
do.
right. So this is reporters going and asking these questions. And so after this press conference, what you want to be doing is looking at either other YouTube videos, other news channels,
News
print,
articles.
magazine, whatever, articles. How do they correlate with what they're saying,
Did
with
any of
what's
them
being
know
said here?
did any of them see the footage
Go
or the
ahead.
pictures before they went to this presser, or are they going in blind and have no clue what the fuck is actually going on?
No clue.
Okay. Because it really sounds like they're all asking the same kind of questions that he already said he couldn't answer to.
Hmm. Well, the other thing too is I would think that if he really can't answer anything, that they would just put out a statement and say, here's the statement, here's what we know now, we'll get back to you. This coming out and uh,
Well,
the
they
majority of
complained about
questions that
the
are,
press release, like the typed ones, because it wasn't transparent
yes, they didn't
enough.
like, yes,
So then we put them out there,
correct,
and it literally just happened. Dude doesn't know any more than
yes,
probably most of the people working the case know. Like,
right,
I mean, come on. And why the hell are we going to give the press more information than they could possibly need at that time? We're not giving you the DNA
right,
profile of everybody involved, breaking down the T's and the
right,
C's and the A's and the G's. And no, like, you'll get it when we can give it to you. Because we can't ruin the case when we
right,
go before a judge by giving the press all the details. Because then you get a biased jury.
right,
Just,
right,
yeah. If it was already public information that some person like the last dude who made an attempt on Trump, he actively put on his social media why he was doing this and that he was going to try doing stupid shit and he hated this people and that people. Fine, that's public information. Anybody could have found it already. This is an active case that we don't know jack shit about. It's not like dude had a manifesto. He was just walking by the White House and then decided he didn't want to be stopped and questioned. It could be a dozen
correct,
things that they're not giving us details on. So why are you going to go and ask questions that they probably don't even know the answers to yet? This dude sits behind a desk, answers calls, and handles paperwork and press meetings. He probably doesn't
yep,
know what this person even looks like, but has gotten reports from other
hmm,
people what is going on.
right.
Yeah, it's like
Okay,
asking the hospital
let's
director
quit
what
with,
the brain
yeah,
surgeon does all day.
exactly. All right, let's stop here, Crazy B. It's getting late.
Okay,
Uh,
next one
so
or
as always, for everybody on the platforms, all of our links and everything are put in the description below. Crazy B posts them. So next up, Crazy B is the New York Times article, and I just want to scroll down
if it will let
to
me.
yeah, it might not. Will it let you?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, if you guys want to pay for it.
Hold on one quick second. Let me see if I can, if I still have it up and available. Hold on. It's here. Why am I singing Christmas songs in May?
I don't
Oh,
know.
help me, please. Because I'm getting ready for Christmas in July. That's why. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Nope. I have my free account. Come on. Okay, hold up one second. Yes, I know. Welcome back. Thank you. Anyway, well, geez, come on, people. It's not that difficult. Oh, yes, it is that difficult. Okay. All right. Well, there's a New York Times article in there talking about the bystander. It's a 15-year-old that was struck. And you can create a free account to the New York Times if you're interested in reading about it. I'll try to pull the detail and have it available for tomorrow. I'll do it as a screenshot, maybe Crazy B.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll just pull the part about the kid, and we'll have that tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
The
let's
next
try to
topic is
move on and
James Comey.
yeah, right. This is a fascinating little story on him.
Luckily, it's a video. But this
Okay.
is a press release from the DOJ people.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I think this was originally like 20 minutes, but since Cash Patel and the other dude just repeated what this dude was saying, I cut it out.
Right.
It was
Okay,
literally
that's fine.
repeat of what they said. So, but the whole unedited will
Okay,
be
go
in the
ahead.
description.
The DOJ is giving an
Okay,
update on
cool.
the second indictment of former FBI Director James Comey. Let's listen in.
Making a threat to take the life of and to inflict bodily harm upon the President of the United States. Count 2, same day, May 15th, 2025, that the defendant, James Comey, knowingly and willfully transmitting in interstate commerce a communication that contained a threat to kill the President of the United States. Both of these counts carry a maximum term of imprisonment of 10 years. So I think it's fair to say that threatening the life of anybody is dangerous and potentially a crime. Threatening the life of the President of the United States will never be tolerated by the Department of Justice. Over the past year, this department has charged dozens of cases involving threats against all sorts of individuals. We take these seriously, every single one of them. For example, just today in the Northern District of Florida, there was a guilty plea from an individual who threatened multiple political leaders, including President Trump. In the Eastern District of North Carolina, where this case was indicted earlier today, there are multiple threats cases very similar to this one, including one where the defendant pled guilty recently to threatening former President Biden, another one that's scheduled to go to trial.
Why didn't that case make the news at any point?
I don't know.
I didn't know there was
That's
a
a good.
threat that was
Oh,
that
there's
serious on Biden.
well, yeah. Well, apparently, I don't think that these threats are posted or covered by the media, to my knowledge. I don't. If he's saying there's dozens of threats, I haven't seen dozens of threats. Have you?
Well,
I think
no.
I think we only see, yeah, I think we only see the big, whatever's major, and whatever the media puts out.
Yeah, but now I'm curious. I didn't know there was ever a threat on Biden, and I mean, we followed pretty closely all the stupid things Biden had been doing.
Well,
We talked in person before
well,
we started the live stream stuff.
hmm
We'd talked routinely
yeah,
in voice chats and stuff, and I
and
don't remember ever.
and I don't, and I'd be curious as to this particular case. Is this somebody that was on the right? Because again, we would call that out,
Yeah.
but we don't. If he's saying that this was last year, well, Biden was out of office.
No,
So,
but it got tried this summer. The person pled
oh, it
guilty
tried. Oh,
last year, and it's
oh,
going to
okay.
go to trial this summer.
Well,
Hmm.
very we'll do a little
Yeah,
research on it.
yeah. I was gonna say I might have to do some digging too. Help out with that one
Hmm.
on the research end of that because that has got me curious. Or we'll have to talk and discuss what we
Yep.
find. All right.
Okay. Sounds good.
Trial this summer. Another one indicted. An individual was indicted for threatening Tom Homan. I say that to say that while this case is unique and this indictment stands out because of the name of the defendant, his alleged conduct is the same kind of conduct that we will never tolerate and that we will always investigate and regularly prosecute. I want to take a moment to thank the hardworking members of the FBI who investigated this case over the past 11 months or so, the United States Secret Service who also assisted in this investigation, and the United States Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of North Carolina, led by United States Attorney Ellis Boyle, who's standing to my right. This was an investigation that remains ongoing. That's been ongoing for about a year. And that's all we're going to say about it. We'll just take a couple of questions.
Mr. Attorney General, the Justice Department in this filing today also issued an arrest warrant for Mr. Comey. Is it your belief that he is a continued public threat? And is there a request also for detention that you anticipate will be made in this case?
So the Department of Justice does not issue arrest warrants, grand juries do. And so the grand jury returned an indictment and arrest warrant. I expect that there will be communication with Mr. Comey's counsel, and we'll go from there. This case will proceed like hundreds of others do every year. There will be some sort of arraignment set by the judge or assigned to the magistrate judge, and when that happens, you'll know about it.
And this is being handled differently from the last time he was indicted. That's my reference. In this case, the department requested an arrest warrant, right?
Well, I don't think that it's public or clear what the department requested. The grand jury issued an arrest warrant. Go ahead. Yes.
Sir, how will you prove intent when, as the director had acknowledged, Mr. Comey said he did not associate 86 with doing harm, and he...
Hold on. Okay. How do you prove intent when I play retarded and stupid like I don't know what it meant? Oh, I didn't mean to intentionally run over that other person.
Wait, just a minute. Stop. Remember, those shells and rocks, they came up out of the ocean. Remember, they came up out of the ocean themselves. He didn't do that. He just came upon it.
Like I came across the $1 million in that duffel bag with the dye pack that just exploded when I looked into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go back and go back and reference our previous videos on the James Comey incident
last year
and what happened. Yeah, last year and what happened.
It was May last year. So it should be pretty easy to narrow down which videos. I can't remember which ones number wise, but yeah. Go back 1 year.
You'll see. Yeah, go back a year or so and you'll see
I
the
didn't
title.
know what 86 meant. I thought it was restaurant talk.
Yeah.
Jackass. Okay. Anyways.
That's a big CYA. As the director of the FBI.
Former director.
No wonder why the country. Yeah, no wonder why the country's so messed up. He didn't know what, the most basic of terminology meant. Yeah, I guess he doesn't know what 6767 means either, right? Oh, fudge.
Yeah, people are idiots. Go
ahead.
He took it down.
6767.
Stop.
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
I know I'm going to be laughing.
8686. 86 47 40.
Oh my.
867. I'm all
I'm
confused.
supposed to be the
Be
head
in the
of
jail.
an intelligence agency, but my IQ doesn't even match that of the rocks and shells I found combined.
Wait, 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 wait. We have already proven that low IQ is below 90, correct?
Actually, no, it's
That's
below.
the
Oh,
that's
it's 70 is the borderline for mildly mentally retarded. Diagnosis is
no
70.
no go back to the Somalian community
Yeah,
and
they're
that
they're they're
90.
pulling 80, so they're
Uh,
just above mildly mentally retarded according to
oh,
the ICD-M.
okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh Lord,
And
help us.
and
Go
by the
ahead.
way, in the last 15 years, they actually lowered the IQ so people would be smarter than they really were. So, yeah, there's that too. They didn't want people feeling stupid because they were literally 5 points above
7.
mentally
Yeah,
retarded,
yeah,
mildly mentally retarded.
yes,
So they could still hold jobs and
yes.
possibly function with parents checking in or a caregiver
Hmm.
checking in. That is what mildly mentally retarded
Right,
is. You're still capable of bathing yourself,
right,
possibly even taking your medications properly. You just
right.
struggle with, math and bills and certain harder concepts. So people come in and help take care of those things. Um, but yeah, that's what 70
Seniors,
IQ.
seniors play seniors play stupid. 6'7", 6'7", 86, 47, 90. No, stay under 90. Stay under 86.
Okay.
Go ahead, hit play. I can't stand it.
If your IQ matches boiling water, you're above normal these days. Well, now, back in the 90s, the average IQ of an American citizen was 110.
Yeah,
Back in the 90s, the average American IQ was 110. That says a lot.
yeah, yeah. Well, are we really counting Americans?
Back in the 90s, we did. Now, I mean, we're talking 30
Yeah.
years later.
Uh-huh.
30 years later, we've had
Yep.
generations of DEI and other BS, and our students being literally taught false history and propagandized BS everything. And everybody got their
Right.
participation trophy starting in the late 90s or early 2000s
Mm-hmm.
when that got pushed.
Yep.
And so
Yep.
think about it. Our children have not needed to be smarter than what they are for
Right.
a lot of things. So,
Yes.
yeah, it's kind of scary because now
Yep.
that those children
Go
are
ahead.
in politics, it's really scary.
Yep. And again, for the new people on our new platforms, this is how we go off the rails. Hit play, Crazy B.
I'm going to hit play.
Speech, not an intent to harm the president.
Well, it's not. This case was indicted today. This conduct occurred about a year ago, May 15th of last year. There's been a tremendous amount of investigation. And how do you prove intent in any case? You prove intent with witnesses, with documents, with the defendant himself to the extent it's appropriate. And that's how we'll improve intent in this case. And so I think that talking about what Mr. Comey will or will not do if there's a trial, when there's a trial, it's very premature for me to do that today.
General Blanch, I wanted to ask you a quick question about, there's a number of other different types of conduct Comey has been accused of over the past. One of them is abuse of FISA warrants. I wanted to ask if there's anything that we could talk about today in regards to that. But on a separate matter, if I may ask, any more updates about the ballistics forensics analysis with the shooting that happened over the weekend?
So on the first question, no, there's nothing else to report
Stop
about
right
any.
there. Why?
Go ahead.
That's not what this. Why? See, that's not what this press conference is about. Stay on point. Stay on task. Why are we changing the subject up?
Mm-hmm. And that's the reporters trying to get all kinds
That's
of derailment going on.
Correct.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, after seeing this, he actually handles it really well. I like the way he handled it.
Go ahead.
investigations
ahead.
or anything involving Mr. Comey except the indictment that was returned today by the grand jury. I don't have anything further to talk about with the ballistics that are still being analyzed.
Director Comey posted this almost a year ago. Why bring this case now? Did you always feel like this was a strong prosecution, or did something change recently?
Oh, why bring it now? Well, maybe because we finally got enough evidence against him.
Mm-hmm.
Dumbass. Okay, I promise I'm going to hit play. I got to take my meds anyways.
Go ahead.
This investigation just didn't come now. It's the result of a lot of work by law enforcement over the past year. We don't time when we bring cases around anything other than when the investigation is at a place where we should go to the grand jury, and that's exactly what we did in this case as well.
As a former FBI director, you may not agree with what he did. Should he be able to turn himself in as a former FBI director? He's not a flight risk.
I didn't say he can't turn himself in.
He's not under arrest right now, and he may be able to.
I don't know whether he's under arrest right now. I'm here talking to you. The grand jury issued an arrest warrant. I think that the way that this happens is different in every case. It's fact intensive. It depends on, you're right, who the defendant is. It depends on whether he has counsel. It depends on what the judge wants done. And so I don't know when the judge will schedule an initial arraignment, if that will be scheduled by the magistrate or the district court judge. I am sure, I don't know if you want to speak to that, or if it's just something that will come up in the next coming days. You'll know when it happens. As far as what Mr. Comey does between now and then, I'm going to leave that up to the line prosecutors in the Eastern District of North Carolina, the FBI agents, and the work that they're doing.
Why, Director Patel, maybe you said that it's a complicated thing. A lot of people might think it's an easy case. Why did it take so long? I know that you guys chose to go with this now, but to the layman just looking at this case, or layperson looking at the case, it was an Instagram post. He apologized. Why did it take so long?
Well, I'm not going to get into the details of the investigation.
I apologize. Did she go away?
I'm sorry that I robbed you.
I'm sorry. Here, I'm going to keep your money, but I'm sorry. Oh my
Sorry,
God.
I banged you over the head. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I ran into your car. No, you can't get my insurance information. Your insurance should cover it just fine.
Exactly. Yep. Oh, I'm going to try to use that maybe if that ever happens.
Good
Yeah,
luck.
that's a good line, Crazy Steve. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, most of America's on Medicaid. Your insurance will cover it. Bye. Doesn't work that way. Okay, I'm gonna hit play. That was some of the dumb shit they do.
Investigation itself, but a lot of these cases, you could look at when the threats were made and when charges are brought. They're not easy cases. And so we have to, there's a communication that's sent in allegedly in this case. And so that means that we have to look at devices. Mr. Comey is a lawyer. He has lawyers. So to the extent that we're looking at materials that are potentially privileged, we have to get a wall, set up a wall and let totally independent lawyers look at those. And so
it's right
that
here.
doesn't happen overnight or quickly. And the statute of limitations of this is 5 years. We brought it in under 1 year. So that's really where we're.
So they had 5 years they could have kept digging into him. I'm pretty sure he's glad they only did for 1, because they probably came across a bunch of other crimes.
Right. And if you note, they talked about his devices. So there's that. Who knows what was found on the devices? There could be something more than just the shells.
Cool shell formation on my beach walk. Those shells just magically appeared.
I mean,
the white ones all perfectly lined up in an 8, and then the 6, and then the.
Look at the 6.
Yeah, that's just such a natural formation.
You might have had me, except for the 6. You really messed up on the 6. You know,
that 8 is
the
pretty
6
damn.
wouldn't have been. Yeah,
I don't know the 4.
The
4 too. That 4 is pretty unique. Oysters don't usually lay like that. Or is that a clam shell?
I mean, and they I don't know what they are. But he's probably going to say somebody else did it.
Yeah.
I mean, here you are the former FBI director, and I don't care if you came across that
It's
on the
natural.
beach, right? But you're going to post it on all your pages, on your social media accounts for everybody to see. Like, I could see getting it and saying, hey, look at this, and sending it to your family and friends. But you don't post it to the world to see.
As an FBI director, you start looking into surveillance footage to who did it.
It was the whale. The whale did it.
It was the
Come on
dolphins
now.
because they're getting ready to leave.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Even if I came across
There's
this, it would be alarming.
yes.
I'd be getting a hold of some police and asking them, isn't this a threat?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've never in my life. Wait, hold on. I've never in my life at the beach or whatever. I've never taken shells and formed a number. You know what I mean?
No, I've put them on sand castles that I was building as decorations
Me
of a
too.
sand castle.
Yeah.
Not
I've never even taken them and
this.
made my name out of them. You know, come on.
No. Actually,
And then you're
where
going
I
to turn
lived, we
around
got
and
yelled
say,
at for messing with them.
yeah. And you're going to turn around and you're going to say, coal shell formation on my beach walk. You
And
just
think
happened
that
to come across it.
everybody's stupid enough to believe that you just stumbled across it and didn't know what it meant.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I wonder if they have the shells and they got his fingerprints on them.
That would have been funny. They could have geolocated and potentially found if it was still there, but I'm sure he kicked them all off before he left so that no one could find it again to do
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
But you know
Exactly.
what? If there's
I
surveillance
mean,
footage near the beach and they caught him doing that,
yeah, then there's a problem. Because those Ring doorbells, you don't
everywhere.
know, and yeah, and people have video cameras, on beach houses and
Mm-hmm.
apartment buildings. Who knows what was captured, perhaps, right? That they saw him.
Yeah.
And they were able to hone in on him. That's a possibility as well that we didn't even talk about
Back
when we
then.
were doing this
Oh,
crazy
yeah.
bee.
And it just hit me
Yeah,
because,
we
well,
didn't.
for
Yeah.
whatever reason, it did.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Uh, and what's interesting is since this occurred, I have not heard hide nor hair of any any shells coming out of the ocean, just making a cool formation.
After spending as much time in nature as I have, that doesn't naturally form. No, ever. You have to make that form.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been
Mm-hmm.
all over there. I have seen some of the wildest natural formations. That has never been one of them. That's
Mm-hmm.
not. That is man-made.
I mean, I think.
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
the
you might get.
aliens.
There you go. You might have sold me on one number, but nah, you got 4 numbers. Okay.
Yeah. Or is it part of a phone number?
I was thinking his birthday, maybe August 6th of 47. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, hit play. Let's finish this. Let's
Yep.
finish this up. We didn't even get to. We didn't
The
get to
worst of
jack
the
shit
shit.
today.
Yeah. But we got about halfway
Yep.
through. So.
Okay.
Right.
It's clear that you don't want to talk specifics today. But to the American public, can you at least give us a sense of whether you have hard evidence or evidence that shows that Mr. Comey intended for President Trump to be harmed? And then secondarily, for critics who say, where does free speech end and an actual threat of violence begin?
I don't know what critics say that, especially today, but it's not a very difficult line to look at. And it's not, in my mind, a difficult line for one to cross over one way or the other. You are not allowed to threaten the President of the United States of America.
You're not allowed to threaten any world leader.
Mm-hmm.
Just going to make that clear. I don't care if it's a congressperson. I don't care if it's a state level representative. I don't care if it's your governor down the road. or your mayor for
Correct.
your town. You
Right.
don't get to
Right.
threaten people like that.
Right.
Oh my God.
I mean, you you can't do it to individuals either. You know, there is a crimes code called terroristic threats,
Yes.
and that you know, any type of harm, you know, anything that is made, you know, there's spousal types of things. I mean, you're just not allowed to threaten people. It's that old adage, like, keep your hands to yourself and keep your mouth to yourself, kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Keep your
You
mouth
know?
shut. And if you don't want to get hit,
Yeah.
don't hit people.
Right.
Seriously.
I mean,
don't
it's obvious he cannot articulate into words to do like an opinion piece or something, right?
He was
He
probably
has to
given a list
resort
of
to childish.
questions.
Yeah.
We have reporters
This
using fucking
and
AI.
this, yeah, and this is what, and see what scares me about this is was the head of the FBI. Just exactly what got through that we don't know about. Was he capable of running that department? No. And we know that from Cash Patel and Dan Bongino.
Mm-hmm.
The
He fell for
atmosphere
the
that was
Russian
created,
collusion act bullshit that Hillary Clinton and all them
well,
started.
yeah, he was part of it.
Yeah.
He didn't fall for it. He was part of it, I'd say. I guarantee it.
I don't know if he's so stupid he doesn't know what 8647 means. I don't know.
Wait, 6767. 6767.
At that point,
Gosh,
like if he's that
okay.
dumb, maybe they could get one by him, but everybody else had enough brains to say what? I just don't know.
I don't. I mean, there is there is some validity to political appointees and their level right underneath them. And then you have what I consider the worker bees or the backbone of the FBI,
Mm-hmm.
which is probably what kept everything going because
This
it's
actual smart
obvious.
people.
Correct. It's obvious he wasn't one of them.
No, he's like the Kamala Harris that failed up the ladder. How do you
Yes.
fail up the ladder of success?
Right.
Well, I mean,
And
there's actually
why?
a couple of ways, but we're not going to go into those because we'll get kicked off of YouTube.
Right. Right. And why he was kept in that position, you know, that part bugs me. Why he wasn't. We've talked about Trump's picks.
Yeah, there's some real winners.
For people. Exactly. You know, as far as, you know, he can't possibly pick, I don't know. I swing either way. I think he has a responsibility in his in certain positions where he needs to do a better job in the interview process. And I feel like I have to give him a list of questions to ask.
Okay,
you know,
here's the sad
as
part.
an HR person.
This dude has done more than Pam Bondi did in just a few months.
I know. That's the other thing. Why? And you know, I told you I initially liked her from coming out of Florida, and I had such high expectations of her. And what the fudge?
This guy
What
is
exactly?
actually doing better press conferences, better doing the questions and answer stuff. He is more literate and prepared for this than Pam Bondi ever was.
That's correct.
That's scary.
Mm-hmm.
God knows where we would have been with the Epstein files if he was in charge. And why hasn't he pulled anything on that yet?
Yeah.
Questions.
All right, go ahead.
All right, let me hit play. I know we're running so far behind. I need to, but this isn't fair.
Well, it's yeah, I'm cool. We'll finish this video up,
Yeah, that's it
and
for the
then
day.
we'll pick up tomorrow. Okay,
Okay.
cool.
That's not my decision. That's Congress's decision in a statute that they passed that we charge multiple times a year. And so whether there is a defense, as you just described, maybe there is, but the government will have evidence. I am not going to talk about the evidence that we have. That's unfair to him. It's unfair to the prosecutors, but it's enough to say that the grand jury returned an indictment. I'm just take one more question.
Thank you, sir. Mary Margaret with the Daily Wire. Should we expect more indictments of this sort? For example, in 2020, Gretchen Whitmer did a TV hit with 8645 on her desk in the background. Is that the kind of thing you would pursue? And then just really quickly, should Comey expect to face more charges for his role in the Russia collusion investigations?
I'm not going to comment on other investigations involving Mr. Comey. He was indicted in the Eastern District of Virginia. That was dismissed on procedural grounds because of the judge's finding regarding the U.S. attorney. So that case is under appeal. As far as other investigations that are happening, it would not be appropriate or fair for me to comment on that time. As far as other incidents of threats against the President of the United States, those will be investigated. Every case is different. The facts are different.
Wait, hold on. I was confused. I don't remember that Whitmer pulling that stunt.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Because I lived in Michigan during Trump's first term. I don't remember that.
We'll have to look that up. Yeah, we'll have to look that up as well.
Okay, yeah. That one, I did not know about that. But no wonder where Comey got the idea, because he's uncreative on his own.
Uh-huh.
Who makes the threat matters. What the threat says matters. You're right. The question about intent matters, and we have to prove that. That's something that's our job, and that's something that prosecutors will have to do in front of a jury at the right time. But you cannot compare. It's not fair to the American people. It's not fair to the defendant. And it's certainly not fair to the prosecutors to compare, well, if you did it here, why didn't you do it there? Every case is different, but there's one thing that will never be different, which is that you cannot threaten to kill the President of the United States, full stop. All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, that's it for that. And good job, JJ. I'm glad you made it to work safe.
Yeah, JJ, thanks. Thank you for reposting. We appreciate that.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
So
again, we were a little bit, I don't know, Crazy B. There are just so many questions and so many.
I think we went into the wrong field. We should have been reporters.
Yeah, so many, as you said, retarded kinds, and stupid.
I know. And I don't mean it as an insult to people of mental impairments. I have worked with special needs people
We're using that
many
as
times. I mean, legitimate medical diagnosis potentially as their IQ.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is, and again, this information's being taken, a narrative is being driven.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the case of Cole Thomas Allen, it isn't that he had there were 2,500 people in that room that night.
Mm-hmm.
The chances of somebody being killed were so great, but yet none of that was being discussed.
Well, evidently he'd been staying in the motel for a couple of days.
Yeah, but right. But it's now how unfair the treatment is to him. What about the trauma? And maybe people are going to suffer from PTSD from the trauma of what happened. When you're in a situation and you realize you're in danger, I mean, legit danger, that you were in a room and had the possibility of being killed that day, that can weigh heavily and create a psychological thing in somebody's head.
Mm-hmm. And it's not the trauma of your parents telling you no. There's a difference.
Yeah. He could have taken that Crazy B. He could have wiped that.
Quite a few people. Yeah, you and I both know what a Mossberg can do. Especially if it's a buckshot or birdshot instead of slugs.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on. And those idiots, we'll get into I'm shaking my head.
I know. And look,
The whole thing.
I've always said I'm not the smartest person in the room, and I'm not the dumbest, but these people make me feel like a goddamn genius.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Either that or we're really stupid and we don't know it.
No, I'm
No,
sorry. We have
yeah,
better
no.
logical arguments to that than they do.
Oh, no. No, I've been called stupid,
Oh,
so
so have
that's
I. I
okay.
just ignore the motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Let them call me
yeah.
stupid. No.
Anyway, with
Yeah.
that being said, everybody, yeah. So we appreciate everybody staying with us for this. It was a Tuesday mashup, and
Yep.
we're mash. Hence our name, Rex Sisters. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for everybody that's been out there on the platforms. We appreciate everybody's support that you've been giving us.
Yes.
Please don't forget to hit the like button, give us a follow, subscribe, comment if you have to. We welcome comments. Just do it respectfully. If you're going to come at us swearing or negative, we're just going to delete you. So please be respectful in the comments. And most importantly, please try to share the videos out to anybody on your platform. We're trying to get out. We're still underwater. We feel we're being suppressed by YouTube because we are not on the radical of either side. We're not screaming from the mountaintops. We're not left, right, whatever, crazy people. We're trying to come at things from a logical standpoint with our sarcasm, swearing, and whatever. We're basically what you
Our
see is what
actual
you get.
personalities.
We're not going to sugarcoat it. Some days we try to keep, some days there's not swearing, and other days everything's motherfucker and whatever, and that's just the way it is.
My dad was a sailor, and my mom's second husband, boyfriend, whatever, was Army for years. So guess what I did?
And I think I must have been born, and they said motherfucker and slapped me on the ass. So that's the way that I grew up. We've endured a lot. We've seen a lot of violence and chaos throughout my lifetime. In my industries that I've been in, I've seen multiple types of things. I worked for the police department. I've seen tons of cases that would make your hair curl.
I've done home health care. Just imagine the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is what you see is what you get. And unfortunately, if you don't like us, there's other content creators that you can go out and find.
Yep.
So for those of you that have stuck with us,
we don't like the echo chamber idea.
Right. Yes. For those of you that have stuck by us, we love you. We appreciate you. And we will see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And with that, I'm out, Crazy B.
Yep. I'm going to tell everyone to stay safe, stay sane. I always stay sober, but we all know that's questionable on whether any of us can pull that off. Well, sane, I think, might already be out the window.
Yeah, and we might have to talk about being sober tomorrow.
Yeah, sober will be fun. Maybe.
Okay.
Lack of sober might be fun. Even more.
There you go.
Anyways. All right, y'all have a great night, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.
All right. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.